More developments inside of the world of Apex Legends esports and a big announcement for the game itself, as server upgrades seem to have happened just over the week, and we are getting ready to start our Pro League season, and we're just less than 30 days away from the ALGS Open as well. Let's dive in and talk about what's going on inside of the scene with new developments and conversations going on regarding rosters, drama, old beef arising, and obviously some of your latest scrim results as well. Firstly, obviously, if you guys haven't seen the big news, we'll talk more about it on my main channel pretty soon. But Apex Legends is now using Amazon data centers and has ditched the old servers. This obviously is getting a lot of I guess it is getting some well-received feedback. I think some people are also kind of hating on it, but I think some of those people that are doing so don't necessarily understand how much of a powerhouse I think AWS has always been. So I think some people are pretty excited for this, and obviously hopefully these are some pretty big upgrades. If you haven't seen, also Pav, one of the developers for the game, says it's been hard to hold this back. I mean, this is something they've been excited for a very long time, and basically said this is one of the hardest kept secrets, but we're finally on AWS servers. We're still monitoring, but so far things are looking much better. So that's obviously what we love to see. Also developing inside of the world of rosters, obviously we see this trend unfortunately happen every single year, and we kind of expected that the end of last year, ALGS year 4, we may see more of this. And going into year 5, we are getting more confirmations as time progresses. Obviously, there's a lot of people that's kind of been like, not KIA, but they've just been out of the loop for a while. People have been wondering what's going to happen. Well, we did get some updates with Surdell, obviously someone who's been competing for, probably since the game. So I remember trying to play with Surdell back in the old Love Gaming days in 2019. This guy has been around for a very long time, and unfortunately it looks like he might not be competing anymore. He posted in a Discord update saying, yo, just an update, I'm more than likely not going to be competing in Apex anymore. Not sure what's next, but yeah, I might stream some random stuff every now and then. But like I said, we've seen this happen with some other players as well. On the bright side, we did get a little bit of a teaser coming from the TSM Twitter page, in which they said TSM Apex soon, a little 6-second teaser. This is pretty exciting. Obviously, we want to see more organizations stay in the game. We want to see them back. We don't want to see them leave. It is news. It's, you know, it's conversations to have, but it's not necessarily a good thing. You want people to still invest and still want to be here. And the more money that we have pouring into our esport, I think obviously the better. Now, that does require a little bit of drawbacks, I guess, for players to have a little bit less of an expectation, because the payments, the salaries have been so high for so long. And now that EA is pulling out of the partnership program, there's a lot of people a little bit worried about the future of organizations being supported by EA and this esport itself. To see them come back, okay, maybe a little bit of a bright future ahead. Hopefully this whole ALGS year 6 conversation gets better. I don't know exactly what's going to happen. Obviously, we've seen teasers, but maybe it's not as bad as some have made it seem, because we also saw the other day SSG basically said they didn't want to come back anymore. They were going to come back, but after those announcements and EA kind of pulling out of the program and not assisting teams anymore, they said it's just not worth it. Now, speaking of TSM, obviously a lot of people have been talking about the old TSM roster, because who's the new TSM roster going to be? You know, you've also had this whole Verhulst Reps conversation. Reps had gone on stream a while back to talk about, you know, his relationship, I guess, with Big E, and everybody was like, oh my gosh, what happened? What went on? But on a podcast here just recently, Verhulst decided to join in with Mr. I'm Brad over in the APAC South region for a little podcast, and these guys basically had a long conversation about some of the team dynamics there with Reps, many other things, and it's a lot to really take in this video. So here are a couple of the clips that I think make some good talking points of what Verhulst had to say, you know, basically opening up about the relationship with Reps and I guess the TSM general as a whole. Roll the clip.
Do any of the brothers want to start on this one, maybe? Because there's been more of a fallout than anything. Like, it's all pretty straightforward what's actually happened, but it's more people have seen that Reps has said maybe you're not friends anymore, that sort of thing.
You know, I didn't have any plans to leave my team before champs. You know, I wasn't like something I talked to my team about. Like, I didn't know if I'd be doing it. You know, literally right after the tournament's over, I told my team, I was like, boys, like, I think you know, I feel like we've reached our potential. I feel like, you know, I don't think we're gonna improve much further than what we've gotten to. And I was like, I think we should disband. I think we should split up. That's what I said. So I know, like, Reps went on and said, like, he's not friends with me anymore. He wouldn't play with me ever again. I'm not gonna lie, like, I really don't know what I did to him that, like, made him say that. I actually just don't know. I haven't really spoken to him at all since. I mean, I'll say, like, I don't think we ever, like, the closest friends, like, while we were playing. Like, we didn't really, I mean, it's not like we, like, went out and hung out together. I mean, when we were in Austin, like, Jordan's kind of a reserved guy. Like, he wouldn't, like, go out a ton. I mean, it wasn't like we hung out a lot. Like we didn't really like go and just like sit in Discord and have fun with each other in Discord over the internet or anything. I think it was like pretty professional, you know, like relationship we had with each other. But like I don't think we had anything like, there was no like bad blood between us at all. Like I don't know what Reps has against me. I think like one, it could either be he didn't like that I abruptly left. Like maybe he thought I was like planning it out. Maybe he thought that I had like phony Jen Burden just lined up, just waiting for me. But like Reps and Zap were getting shafted, which wasn't the case. Two, maybe didn't like that TSM was willing to like keep me signed and not him. Like they were willing to build around me and not him. Mostly because I just stream more and have a bigger following. And yeah,
of course.
Other than those two things, I literally have no idea. I mean, I don't know why Reps said that.
Now, like I said in the beginning of the video, this is where news gets pretty exciting. ALGS Year 5 is finally here. Split 1 Pro League kicks off this weekend. That is Sunday, and we'll go over the schedule here as well. For the EMEA region, the broadcast, you've got match day 1. I really don't understand why. This new ALGS site is killing me. The font is a little weird. It's kind of hard to read, and you know, trying to find stuff, I'm not sure if I'm really all about it. I'm not going to lie. I appreciate the change because I wasn't a big fan of the old Battlefy website. But I don't know about this one either. Anyway, match day 1 is going to be Sunday, April 6th, and that's going to be at 10 a.m. Pacific time and 6 p.m. GMT. But basically, if you're on the East Coast, that's 1 p.m. Eastern. Then match day 2, obviously, is going to be the next Sunday. Then after that, they'll start going in Saturdays as well in May. For America, though, we're going to be seeing the same schedule for Sunday, but it's going to be at 3 p.m. Pacific time, so it's 6 p.m. Eastern and 11 p.m. GMT. And then once again, you'll see Sunday, and then finally we'll get into some Saturdays. I don't really know why they started off with Sundays. This seems like a pretty common trend. And then for APAC North, you'll see Sunday as well. But these guys always play on Sunday. It's a little bit different. So these guys are, you know, Sundays will be consistent, but you'll see them swap out sometimes. But for the most part, they're normally playing like while you're sleeping inside whenever you're in America. So also, let's talk about some of the most recent results. Just 2 days ago, you had on April Fool's Day. When you start to dive into some of these scrim results, though, you'll really notice some clear-cut trends that are happening that I want to point out. One is the podium finishes. I mean, just take a look at these. 100 Thieves, Shopify Rebellion, Team Liquid. This is from a week ago. We're going up locked in, ACP, CTE, and then 100 Thieves in that top 7 still. Then you got Virtus Pro, Thuggets, locked in. Again, unsigned team, by the way, and these guys have consistently been placing in the top 10 and also winning scrim results, being in the podium pretty consistently as well. Once again, 100 Thieves in top 7 as well. Oblivion also up there in the top 10. And then Oblivion, podium finish here. Falcon Esports, Team Liquid, again, 100 Thieves, again, top 4. And then Locked In, also top 10 here. Then you got Falcon Esports, 100 Thieves, Shopify Rebellion, podium finish, again, just yesterday. And then once again, Locked In up there in the top 7. Another name you're seeing still, Oblivion up here. You do kind of see Furious Stallions up here quite a bit as well. And then the most recent one that we had last night was Shopify Rebellion. Again, first place. CTE, ACP also in top 3. Podium finish. Pretty good consistency at a lot of these teams. Falcons, of course, once again, top 4. And Locked In, once again, top 10 in a 7th place position. So you obviously got to be careful because it is scrim results at the end of the day. And we've said this time and time again. There have been so many teams in times past that will come and dominate scrims, and then they really struggle inside of finals or LAN events or Pro League, whatever the case may be. So will these teams be able to convert this? That is obviously going to be the question of this weekend with games starting up this Sunday. Interested to see, obviously, not only what the results of those will be, but which teams you guys are rooting for the most going into this. What are your underdog predictions? Who are your flop predictions? And not only just underdog as far as like, will they make it, but what team do you actually think will consistently take over and dominate this year and show that we've seen from the Falcons in time past, that we've seen from the Shopify Rebellions with the former Moist Esports from time past? Who will be that dominant team this year? Will Alliance inside of the EMEA world continue that dominance that they've been kind of withstanding for a while? I mean, they have probably been arguably the best team in the game as far as raw firepower is concerned. Obviously, finals are not able to always close it out, but we know that Alliance has been a very strong team and probably one of the scariest. That's probably the best term to describe them right now, is has been one of the scariest teams for a very long time as well. Even leading up to World Champs, these guys were consistently just knocking it out the park. So interested to see how all this stuff unfolds. Let me know what you're thinking down in the comment section below. Like and subscribe if you want to stay up to date with everything going inside of the world of Apex Legends esports, with updates, roster drama, news, beef, and of course results as well. And until the next time, we'll see you all later, Gators.